Hello, my name is Ian Denton. I produce drawings for residential extensions, residential new build, some commercial, but it's mainly the residential sector here in Solihull in the West Midlands in England. And I'm going to show you how I produce these drawings. And I'm going to start off with a Windows family tutorial in Revit. I do everything in Revit, so all of these tutorials will be completely focused upon Revit itself. So I'm going to show you how I produce window drawings. I have a file set up which is a starter file, so I just saved this. It's got the window frame in and the glass in, so I'm going to get rid of those so that we can start afresh. So if we go on to the exterior view, I've got some reference planes already set up for it, and these are locked. So create a reference plane and then draw your reference planes and then dimension them, set them to the right distance, 50mm in this case. I do all my frames at 50, I don't attempt to replicate the exact sizes. And then if you click onto that dimension you can lock it, and that then won't move as you increase the sizes. Don't need that. So in essence what I've done here is I've done that, and all these dimensions are locked so that they won't move when we resize your actual window. So I'm going to create the window frame, so create, and I'm going to create an extrusion, and I'm going to use this little arrow tool and I'm going to lock the lines that I put on there. So this is actually going to be the frame, and you can see it's locked from this little symbol. I'm clicking the lines and not the opening. So I'm clicking these reference planes and not the openings. So those are all locked. And I'm going to create this sill. I'm just going to break that line there. And the reason I'm breaking that line is it means that when I do this, only half of it comes across, and it means I can do the same the other side. So I'm just drawing this frame in 2D at the moment from the front elevation. So I've got this frame drawn now. I'm going to tell it that it's a window frame. So where it says material by category, if you click, let's do that again, if you click this little button here, it will come up with this panel here. Now if you want to put a new material in, just click on that, give it a name, material, and then give it an instance so that it clicks up, and this side, when you open the family, when you open the window in the actual model, you'll be able to see it in this side, and you'll be able to alter it for each individual element. If you want to alter the entire elements for all the types, just leave it as a type. I'm going to cancel that because I've got these set up, and I'm going to say that this is the frame material. Okay, so that means that whatever material I give to the frame, this extrusion that I'm creating will be of that material in the project. So I'm going to click the green arrow, and I'm going to go to the left elevation, and I'm now going to drag, again I've put some actual lines in here, and I've got, I think I've done them in a different view, I've probably done them from the top. So I've got 50mm at the front for the sill. I've got the front of the frame set 50mm back from the front of the wall. I've then got the midway point, which is going to be for the window lights, 50mm back from the front of the frame, and then the frame itself will be at 100mm. So that's the way that I draw them. If you copy that, I don't think you go too far wrong, but okay, that's up to you. So I'm now, since this is the main frame, I'm going to drag that to there and lock it, and I'm going to drag the front of the frame, which is going to be awkward to click on. Right, I've got to get that on, there we go. And I'm going to lock that. So that frame is now in the correct place. And just one tip, this wall, if you go onto the new window template, this wall can be quite thin. I like to clip on it, edit the type, and make it really thick. Let's call it a metre thick. And that means that when you're actually drawing these things, you're keeping away from this central point, because you don't want to be locking to that central point. You want to be locking to the point where the window is going to sit. So I always make this wider than it actually should be, so that I'm not locking to that. And if I'm locking to the back of the wall, I want to know that I'm going all the way across. Obviously a wall will be much thinner than this usually when you actually construct. So now I'm going to go up to the floor plan level above, and I'm going to draw the sill, create, extrusion. I'm going to go through the same process. This is already locked, so I'm going to draw a windowsill. And I'm not going to lock to the wall line. I'm going to try and grab the actual reference plane behind it. That's just good practice. And I'm going to do the same on here. And you'll see that I have the bare bones of the skeleton of what I want. So I'm going to, if you're looking down on a windowsill, this is perhaps more or less what it would look like, and so this is what it's going to look like in the plans. So I'm going to break this again so that the two halves come across separately. So if you're looking down on a windowsill, that's what it looks like. Now I'm going to go to the front elevation. If I can find exterior, and there's my windowsill, I'm going to drag it up and lock it. I'm going to drag it up and lock it. And now we have the frame of the window in situ. And now let's just go back to the exterior. Now if we want to put a window light in, I need some more window plane, some more, what are they called, reference planes in here. So I'm going to set them again at 50mm. I'm going to offset from the originals. So I've already got one in the top there. I'll put one in the bottom, and I'm going to make sure that all of these are dimensioned and locked. Which is easy enough. Okay, so now let's put a window light in, create. Actually, let's just make sure that that wasn't given the material, so let's give that frame material. Okay, create window light, create extrusion, going with the same method as previously. So that's going to be nice and easy. So this is really what we've done before for the previous part. And obviously if there are two window lights, you use two extrusions. So let's go to the left again. Could be the left or the right. So we're going to drag over just halfway because it's a window light. It wouldn't be as thick as the whole frame. Again to there. Now let's go back to our 3D view, and you can see we've actually put a bit of a window light in there, which looks quite realistic. That doesn't help. Let's go back to hidden line. Anyway, I mean, and let's just make sure that we've given that the correct category, which is again frame material. Okay, let's do the glass, exterior, glazing, create, extrusion. We're going to create the glass here. And I've got already set up extrusion start 22, extrusion end 28, and I'm going to make sure that the reference plane is set work plane front of frame. Okay, and the reason I'm doing that, if I go to left, I have actually labelled this reference plane. If you click on it, you will be able to label it as front of frame, and that means then when I do these dimensions will be offset from that front of frame. So if I create, I'm already doing extrusion, and this time I'm going to do it this way. So I'm going to create my extrusion in there. If I go to the left side, you'll see that it's 22mm to the front and 28mm to the back. Exterior again, let's just drag it, let's click it, click. So we're going to lock it there, lock it there, lock it there, lock it there. And now if we go to the left, there's our glass. We're going to go to by category, and I've created another separate category called glass. Okay. Right, so going back to the 3D views now, we've made a window. I'm going to load that into the project that I have open. That's architecture wall. That's a 250 mil, it doesn't matter what it is. So if we go to our front elevation, we can see I've got a brick wall in there. Here's the window that I've just put in. There's the window. Now I'm going to give it some materials. The glass is going to be glass. I've already got these set up as specific project-wide values, window and frame colour. So there's your window frame. And these here are set up by manage global parameters. So I've put window and door frame colour white. So you create your parameter down here. Secondary window and door colour, wood colour, glass, glass. Okay, so if I click to this and then go to secondary window and door colour, that creates a brown one. And that's just if you, I use that for windows and doors because it means that I don't have to go searching for particular frame styles because they all tend to be the same time after time for each one. So I set them the global one. And then if you change your global parameter, if you want to change all of your windows, you go to again manage global parameters, and we can change that to whatever we want. We can change that to cherry. Well, it doesn't look very nice. It doesn't have to look very nice, does it? We can change it to grey. Apply, okay, and then it's changed, and all the windows and doors would change on that basis. Okay, so that's a basic tutorial on how to create windows. I hope that's been helpful. I will, if it gets enough views and likes, I will come back and do doors, bay windows, conservatories, and everything else that would be relevant to a residential house or extension in the UK. Thanks for watching. Please like the video if you do like it. Thanks. Bye.